G'day guys, I'm so excited, I want a vacuum. So I went to a bloggers brunch in Melbourne and I put my name down at Black & Decker and I won. But I'd left before they drew the winners, so they mailed it to me, which is super nice, and I thought we could unbox it together. As you saw, there's minimal packaging, which I do like. I was just looking at this, I'm like, why don't I do that now? When I vac the stairs, I just use the long one. So 3-in-1, it means that it can go with absolutely nothing. It can go with this. That's interesting, isn't it? Okay, I can't seem to find this. I actually found that image a little misleading. It's actually the one attachment that converts to two different attachments. I'll explain more when I'm cleaning the car a little later. So it clicks in quite easily if I click it in the right way. I did find the vacuum head is smaller than what I'm used to, but it does make the vacuum a lot lighter to lift and move around. So first off, I charged it, and the great thing about this is it's got a battery indicator. There we go, that's how I know it's charging. So once it's fully charged, the first thing I'm going to do is clean the boot of our car. So I'm just going to change up the attachment and take the big piece out and then connect it together. So first off, I'm going to start off with the lower suction mode and then the higher suction mode. So to attach this tool, it's actually called a crevice tool. First you need to put the red part in and then push this on top of it, and there's the crevice tool. It's going to do an awesome job, you'll see right here, of cleaning up this dust and dirt that's on the outside of where the mat normally sits. I had to Google what this tool was called. It's a crevice tool. So this is why it's called the 3-in-1, because so it's got one way there with the crevice tool, then you can open it up like here, that's 2, and then you can flip it around the other way so it's the brush, and that makes 3. So the crevice tool, the brush tool, and the wide mouth tool. I like using the brush tool for dusting, just as a way of kind of brushing the dust and sucking up as well. You know when you do it with a cloth and you've got a really dusty surface, your cloth just gets covered in dust. So this way you're brushing it and it's sucking it up. So I find it's a really good first way to tool before going in with a cloth. Alrighty, so toddler's back seat. Here's the toddler seat. You never know what you're going to find in here. So just pulling it forward and sucking in these corner bits. It's actually... There's a messy monkey. It won't suck up the messy monkey, but it's pulled it out, and then I'll just chuck that outside. It's really good for getting into this hard place. I've personally found that cordless vacuums are a must for the car, like especially with a toddler. We do eat in the car. My family lives 3 hours away, so it does get a lot of food stuff in here, but this vacuum's doing a great job picking it up. Look at this! Found this under the seat! Scored! So this is the first time that I've used it, and so far I'm really happy with it. I like the 2 different suction modes, the low and the high. I must admit I tend to use it on high. I also like the fact that I can see what the battery's doing. So it's got 3 green lines and you get less and less bars as the battery goes on. So it's not a surprise when it turns off. Whereas with the Dyson, it doesn't have a battery indicator, so you're just vacuuming along and then it dies. The first time I did empty the vacuum from that canister, it was a bit tricky just because it was the first time. It was really stiff and we ended up taking apart more than when we needed to. But I'll show you a little later how I do it now, and it works really well. Because I've got long hair, my hair does get caught up in there, but it's easy each time to empty the canister and just brush the filter. Doing a great job here getting in the tracks of the sliding door. It's really picking up those dirt and dead flies, so I'm really happy with it. I'd love to know, have you bought this or are you thinking of buying it? Is that why you're watching? Because it has a smaller vacuum head, it does take longer to vacuum rooms, but I did notice because it has a smaller vacuum head that I could actually get into the bathroom where there's door stops, that the other vacuum, the Dyson head, is too big and doesn't fit in there, whereas this one fitted in. But like I said, if you're doing a big room, it does take longer. It does really pick up my long hair, and I did have to stop and remove the long hair so that the vacuum head could continue spinning well. So that's something to be aware of. It also has the added benefit is it can stand upright by itself without you holding it. If you see here, it just clips in and then it stands upright. So that'd be good if you wanted to charge it in upright and then leave it leaning against something, because it's not going to run away. It also did a really good job on the tiles. So the actual vacuuming capabilities I was happy with, no complaints there. So here's how I removed it. You click the red button at the back, pull it out, and then as you can see in there, my hair has got caught around the filter there. So for this time, I've just pulled it off. But what I've actually taken to doing now is I have just a brush and shovel, and I use the brush to brush out that each time I empty the canister. So although it's a little bit more work emptying the canister, it actually works better rather than waiting like I do with the Dyson and do a really big clean of it. Here's my Dyson unboxing if you want to see that, and this is how we clean it. Thanks for watching. Bye.